It is very unique that you would find somebody that can compete at the collegiate level on a very, very high stage, football-wise and wrestling.
Now listen to this ovation from the Hawkeye crowd.
I got goosebumps now.
He's a unique guy, Ben Kueter is. He wants to prove that he is the baddest man on the planet. And that's the nature of his competitiveness.
I think sports creates a hard work ethic. I think it started when he was 5 years old. He got beat and put on his back his very first time and said, "When can I go again?"
When we started going to national tournaments, I'd be like, "Dad, I want to be that good." Well, that kid does extra. You know, to be good, you have to do extra. When he played junior high football, he would go to practice and then he'd go to a wrestling practice after. Eat, sleep, train, that's pretty much what he did.
I like competing, and I really enjoy being the guy in the arena, competing for something.
We live about 10 minutes from Carver. When there's a home football game, you can hear the crowd from our back deck.
When I was in high school, I caught this ball and ran for 60 yards, and that one play got me a scholarship offer from Minnesota.
It wasn't until junior year that we came to find out that, hey, this young man might want to do both in college.
He won a U20 world title as a junior in high school. And he was a top 5 linebacker in the United States of America. Top 5.
Most of those phone calls started off with, I'm guessing you're just going to Iowa.
There were local voices in the Kueter head that were saying, "Go check it out other places." And the family didn't want to, and Ben didn't want to. And so it came to a head where the family called me and said, "Hey, we don't want to go anywhere else. How do we end this process?" And I said, "Hang on, I'm going to call Ferentz." And he said, "It really doesn't matter if he plays football or wrestling. If he wants to be a Hawkeye, we'll figure that out later."
It was never about, let's show everyone that I can do 2 D1 sports. It was always about, I have no idea which one I want.
Ben was the one that was driving the bus when it came to what he wanted to do. I'm going to be in football, and I'm going to be in wrestling, and we're going to find a way to get this done.
To navigate communication between football and wrestling was a little bit difficult at first because they were both really excited and on board, but yet nobody knew how to do it.
I wasn't competing technically in football because I was redshirting. I just got super antsy one day and I came into practice and Tom was like, "Nope, I love seeing you here, but you got to go."
When you play football, you got to be all football. And when you wrestle, then you got to be all wrestle.
The transition was very hard from football to wrestling. Those first 2 weeks were pretty tough and I was over by the trash can a lot.
With football being over, is there any kind of timeline for him, maybe seeing time in the lineup?
If it was up to him, he would have went yesterday.
I did show up for the Minnesota dual meet. We had 25 to 30 of our football players that were mat side. They were closer than the coaches.
If you came out to Carver Hawkeye tonight, you can say, "I saw Ben Kueter that first time." Nothing like your first time.
I just got up and just walked, paced around the top of Carver. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, he's living his dream.
And here's his first takedown of his Iowa career.
This is what he's been waiting for.
The first thing I noticed was Ben Kueter was clearly not in wrestling shape.
And Ben Kueter hangs on 5-3. The crowd on their feet. Welcome to the Big Ten, Ben Kueter.
Last year he wrestled 4 matches for us, and they were big matches. what was happening is the back and forth. There's 52 weeks a year. He's wrestling 10 weeks a year. That ain't gonna work. I approached it at one point that, you know what, it's time for him to go full-time football. And it came to a pretty honest conversation where, all right, are we gonna do this halfway or are we gonna get serious? You said you're going to the U20s. Okay, we gotta jump in with both feet.
This past summer, I competed at U20 World Team Trials and I ended up winning it.
The U20 World Championship in Spain was the same weekend as the Iowa State football game.
It's like, well, you can't go compete in Spain in the middle of football. And he called me and he's like, Mom, I really want to go. I want to go.
On the bus, I called Coach Wallace, kind of just told him that's what I was going to do, and he was all for it.
Ben saw where he was football-wise and saw what we had specifically at the linebacker position. And some of that's what has led to, you know, where he currently is right now.
I just take it day by day. And when that day comes and I have to make another decision, I'll do it then.
Now he gets me thinking sometimes like maybe he can do this. Maybe he can be a national champion one year and up for the Butkus Award.